Hey guys, Andrew here. Welcome to National Novel Writing Month. These are the NaNoWrimo tips. It is day 22. So today, my hot tip is that you should concentrate on your subplot. To put it simply, your main plot is the main attraction. That is what your readers turn up to read. Subplot, on the other hand, is like a small miniature story that's woven into the fabric of your main plot. So yesterday I was talking, I made reference to Die Hard. And when you think about it, the main plot in Die Hard is a story about John McClane. He's in the Nakatomi building and he has to kill a bunch of terrorists and save the day. Die Hard has two subplots. Subplot number 1 is the relationship that John McClane has with his wife. As the movie opens, you see that John McClane has a terrible relationship with his wife. I think there's a divorce looming. And of course, this subplot gets resolved at the end when he falls into the arms of his loving wife, and their relationship's so much better because they went through such a horrific ordeal. The second subplot in Die Hard is with Sergeant Al Powell. And if you remember, John McClane and Sergeant Al Powell, they have this conversation over the radio. It looks like a throwaway scene. Sergeant Al Powell confides in John McClane and explains to him that he is on desk duty these days because, he ended up shooting a child who had a replica gun. And I forget whether or not he lost his stripes or whatever, but he ended up taking this desk job so that he could be in a safer position and wouldn't have to relive the horror of drawing his gun on somebody else. The resolution to this subplot is whenever, at the end, it's whenever everything ties together. During this resolution phase, John McClane comes out of the building, he falls into the arms of his loving wife, snowflakes are falling, and Hans Gruber, his henchman, comes out of the flames. He's the 12th and final terrorist. He's just about to kill John McClane and his wife, and of course Sergeant Al Powell takes out his gun and shoots the guy. So the first subplot is all about marriage. John McClane's marriage with his wife, it's on the rocks. Goes through a character arc, boom, at the end their marriage is saved. The second subplot, Sergeant Al Powell, he's on desk duty because he killed a child, feels really bad about it, goes through the story arc, boom, he takes out that gun and he kills the 12th and final terrorist and saves John's life and his wife. People watch Die Hard to watch John McClane kill a bunch of terrorists who've taken over the Nakatomi building. Technically speaking, you can delete a subplot from your script and it won't affect the main story. But subplot adds richness to your story. For NaNoWrimo, you really should add in a subplot to your story if you haven't done already. Because we are on day 22, and you should have thought about putting a subplot into your story. And if you haven't by now, well, don't worry about it. It's not too late. If you don't have a subplot, take some side characters and let them have conversations that weave through the story. Make sure those conversations and stories have story arc that brings it from beginning, middle and end. And remember that your subplot should weave in through your main plot. What you will then have is a NaNoWrimo novel that has the main plot going through the whole thing, and you'll have a wee subplot going through the body of the work, and you will just end up having a better quality book. For me personally, my main plot, like I say, it's Broken Ship, so that's a working title. It's about a married couple, a man and a wife, who on the 1-year anniversary of their child's death, they take a holiday cruise ship only to find that the ship is haunted with terror. So that's my main plot. My subplot centres around the conversations held between the ship's captain, his first mate, second mate, his third mate and the lookout. And this subplot isn't the main plot. I mean, nobody turns up to see the conversations between the officers, but the conflict between them, because how to put this, the conflict between them is the subplot. Between the captain, the first, second, third officer and the lookout, 3 of them already knew that there was horror on the ship. 2 of them didn't, and this leads to a conflict within the subplot, which is on the side. And altogether, this just makes for a better story because I have my main plot, which is the husband and the wife on this holiday cruise ship of a lifetime. You know, on the anniversary of the death of their child, they're haunted by terror. And then you have the wee subplot, which is the conversations and conflicts between the officers on the ship. I have woven the subplot within the main plot. The way the ratio works is I have like one subplot chapter, okay, followed by 4 main plot chapters, and that's one cycle. I have 5 cycles, so one subplot, 4 main plot chapters, then one subplot chapter followed by 4 main plots, and then I just rinse and repeat, you know, another one subplot chapter, 4 main plot chapters. I left my subplot to the end, like I knew it was going to be in there, like how could I not have conversations between the officers, but I just left it to the end so that I knew how to weave it in. And this will make for a better story at the end when I have my first draft finished. I am now on 62,700 words. So I figure I'll just finish my first draft at the 70,000 mark. But yeah, I'm just still hitting it hard. And I think it'll be 70,000 words when I'm finished now. So get cracking on your subplot. Try to weave it into like 5 chapters themselves. And then place those 5 chapters within your story. And you will have a subplot woven within your main plot, which creates a better overall reading experience for your readers. Hey guys, thanks for watching. You can hit subscribe below and stay tuned for more NaNoWrimo tips. And if you have any creative writing headaches, just leave your comments in the comments box below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can.